Hello! I wanted to follow up my last video with a few facts and figures. You know it's been 138 years since we've added any more representation in Madison? Yeah. This is coming from the Wisconsin Blue Book. Check your latest edition, pages 496, 498. It's got a whole breakdown of how many Democrats and how many Republicans, how many progressives and socialists used to be in the assembly over the years. 138 years. Does that seem reasonable to all of you? I want to break this down just a little bit more. I think it's important. So the data starts in 1885. Guess how many senators we had in 1885? Same amount as we have right now, 33. Yeah, sometimes we have a little less. Sometimes people vacate and there are recalls, etc. 33 for 138 years. The news is a little bit better in the assembly. You know, back in 1885, they actually had more representation than we do right now. They had 100 assemblymen back in the day. Now, when did that change? Well, if you look at it, it changed in 1971. Yeah, they felt like 100 was a little bit too much for us to handle. The population had obviously grown quite a bit, but you know what? We like even numbers, we like whole numbers. So let's go to 99. Divided by 33 comes up with 3 assemblymen per Senate district. Makes a lot more sense. I'll be honest, I really don't know the history there, and I haven't dug into it as much yet. I will, for sure. But the point is, they had more representation in 1885 than we do right now. So the more important thing is how that breaks down in terms of population growth. Now, what was the population of the state in 1885? Well, I couldn't figure it fast enough for the video, but I found the number for 1901. And in 1901, it was 2.1 million people in the state. That breaks down to 21,000 people per assembly district. It breaks down to 63,000 people, almost 64, per Senate district. Okay. Let's go to 1953. At this point, our population is 3.5 million. You have 35,000 people per assembly district and 106,000 people per Senate district. 1971, when they make the change and decrease the number of assemblymen by 1, you have 4.4 million people in the state, 44.6 thousand people per assembly district, 139,000 people per Senate district. You go all the way to today, where our population is 5.9 million people, and you have 59,000 people per assembly district, about 184,000 people per Senate district. And when you calculate all that, it's very simple. You know, how many more people do we have per assembly district and per Senate district? It's about 3 times more. So in 138 years, our voice has been diluted by 3 in that time. Does that sound like democracy? You know, all of the opinions and platitudes that have been given since the last Supreme Court decision deeming our maps unconstitutional, I haven't heard anything about representation. 3 times less. Big minus sign here. I hope that all of you will consider that the most important thing for our state going forward is not to argue about maps, not to argue about whether those maps are contiguous or not, but to ask yourselves whether or not your voices are being heard in Madison, whether you actually have representation, because that's what our country is all about. So those are some facts and figures for you. I appreciate your time. I want to wish you all a very happy new year. I keep wanting to say Merry Christmas to everybody because I feel like Christmas just came and went. So a very Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy New Year. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the other side.